Yep, good, thanks.
Great. Hi. So it's 10 o'clock and we'll start the meeting. Welcome everyone. Thanks for coming this morning to our 135th Connect and Share. Laurie sends her apologies today as she's a bit unwell. So you have me instead, and my name's Helen, and I work as a project manager for Outdoors New South Wales and ACT, amongst other things. But firstly, I'd like to pay our respects to the traditional owners of the land that you're on today. I'm on Gadigal and Bidjigal land here in Sydney, and pay our respects to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people among us, and elders past, present and emerging. And we do have at the moment a survey going regarding working with First Nations people in the outdoors. So if you'd like to contribute to that survey, just jump on that link that you can see there, and you can kind of give some information as to what you require when working with First Nations people in Australia. Just a bit of an update on, I know Laurie went through this a bit last week, but just in terms of new ministers that we potentially are working with in our industry. And obviously Chris Minns is the new New South Wales Premier, and the Deputy Premier is Prue Carr, and she's also the Minister for Education and Early Learning, which is important for many people in our industry. The Climate Change Minister, Penelope Sharp, and also the Minister for Heritage, and just a few other ministers there that you may come across over the next 3 years and potentially longer of the new Labor government in New South Wales. There's been a few recent changes regarding working on public holidays, and I know that relates to many of the employers here, and I guess it allows the Fair Work Act only allows bosses to request people to work on such days. So the quote is, by virtue of this imbalance, employees will often feel compelled and not understand that they have the capacity to refuse a request that is unreasonable or where their own refusal is reasonable. The requirement that there be a request rather than a unilateral command prompts the capacity for discussion, negotiation, and a refusal. So if you can understand all the kind of technicality of that, of the phrasing there, you'll be able to understand what it means for requesting people to work on public holidays. And just a few other industrial relations law changes, and these are all up on our members portal. So they come out of the Commonwealth Government Secure Jobs and Better Pay Amendment Act of last year. And they have there's a number of different elements which are kind of starting at different times. And I guess the key ones are the flexible working arrangements, that people are allowed to request flexible working arrangements unless there's a specific need for them to be in the office to fulfill the functions of their position. Another kind of key part of this change is it limits the use of fixed term contracts beyond 2 years, or more than 2 fixed term contracts, whichever's the shorter. So I guess they're probably the 2 key changes, and they're, I guess, the first changes that have happened in quite a while, and relating to our industry. there's also at the moment a nature tourism grant. So there's $3.5 million available, and it's matched dollar for dollar by Destination New South Wales from between $100,000 and $250,000, and it's for tours, attractions, accommodation providers, and landholders. So that's quite a big pile of cash there available for nature tourism operators in New South Wales. And the applications are open now. NatCore, which is, I guess, the Outward Bound Australia received from some funding as part of the National Disaster Recovery Response, some funding around that. And they're holding some workshops coming up in July, both in Sydney and in the ACT. And it's a day workshop looking at risk management. And this first one is targeting middle management, sort of program coordinators and managers and outdoor ed teachers and university lectures, etc. And that's on July 17th in Sydney and July 19th at Outward Bound in Tharwa. There's another one targeting senior management, which is on the 18th of July and the 20th of July in Sydney and Tharwa. So you can look at the NatCore website and get some further information there. Outdoors New South Wales and ACT are looking at the impact of designing an industry labour agreement that would be implemented across the outdoor industry. So we're currently conducting a survey to make a submission to the Department of Immigration. I guess there's been, a lot of labour shortages in the industry, and just looking at how we can best, service the industry through a new agreement. So we'd love you to, complete that survey and give us your requirements around labour needs. There's been some information written on the Outdoors New South Wales ACT website around the role of conferences. So it just talks about why industry conferences are important and which ones are useful to attend. So I encourage you to read that, which is on the Outdoors New South Wales and ACT website, and you'll also find it in your membership portal as well. And the big news from Outdoors New South Wales and ACT is the Industry Summit at Lennox Head on the 28th to the 30th of June. It's hosted by Outdoors New South Wales and ACT. And if the national conference last year is anything to go by, I'm sure this one will be just as great. That was an excellent conference to be at last year. And this is, I guess, more of a summit, more of a participatory type event in the beautiful, sunny, surfing town of Lennox Head. So hope to see you there. And it's sponsored by the state government, Destination New South Wales, Paddy Palin, Skills IQ, and exhibiting there will be One Planet, Paddy Palin, Skills IQ, OEG, Office of the Children's Guardian, and Wild Magazine. One of the key speakers is Mark McCrindle in all his smiling poses there. I know he has some great insights into the demographics of Australia and how to best understand the data that is out there regarding, what people want now and in the future in the industry. This is a bit of a kind of an overview of the program, starting at 5:30 on the Wednesday. Thursday is a full day of program, and Friday finishing at 3 o'clock. And the full program will come out in a couple of weeks from now. The price of tickets, the full price is $450 per person for the cocktail function, plus the 3-day conference. Plus, there's an early bird rate of $100 off until the 5th of May. As well as that, as for members, there's another $100 off. So that makes it currently $250 per person plus GST if you register now. So get on, register straight after this if you haven't already.
Already done it. I love it. It's great.
And there's the link to the summit page, so you can register even if you're not a member already. And some other events that are happening around the place. 16th to the 18th of May is the PLA conference, and I know Laurie is speaking at that down in Albury. And directly before the summit in Lennox Head is the Sport and Recreation Skills Forum in Ballina. That's just sort of the day that the welcome cocktail party is on. The Outdoors Victoria Conference, which I know Andrew here is from Outdoors Victoria, that's on from the 13th to the 14th of July. Andrew, would you like to say a few words about that? You're on mute. I'll just unmute you.
Twice in one morning. That's not very good, is it? Hey, everybody. Yeah, we're excited to be going back to Lilydale Lakeside Conference Centre, which is part of Box Hill Institute. So one of our TAFEs is again supporting our conference. We've got, we don't specifically have a theme, but we're very much trending a large emphasis on inclusion, access all abilities, and integrating that into programs. So we have some really exciting keynote speakers yet to be announced. So I have to keep that under wraps still. But yeah, we have an annual conference here in Victoria, and last year we had a bit over 200 people attend, lots of workshops, lots of keynotes, and we'd love to see anybody from New South Wales ACT come on down.
Fantastic. Thanks, Andrew. After that, in the end of July, there's the National Sports and Physical Activity Convention down in Melbourne. Then the 8th and 9th of September is the Sydney Careers Expo. And Outdoors New South Wales is having a stand there with other members to I guess, present the outdoor industry as an option for school leavers. So that's, I guess, a great innovation to, you know, get up and coming school leavers into the industry. After that is the Australian Camps Association Conference in September in Adelaide. And while Laurie is out of action for the moment, she's on leave at the moment, and then she's having a bit of a break until the end of April. So for all programs inquiries, you can contact me. For the summit, contact Belinda at events. For any comments on the visa labour agreement, email policy@Outdoors New South Wales ACT. And for any other matters, please contact James on 1300 964 246, or you can also reach him at contact@Outdoors New South Wales ACT. And Rose has been working as an intern for Outdoors New South Wales ACT and has done a whole lot of work on different parts of the peak body of Outdoors New South Wales ACT, and getting a lot of the marketing and all that sort of stuff up and going. So thank you, Rose, for all that you've done. So now I'm going to hand over to Becky Knight from Victoria University to give us an update on her research. Thanks, Becky.
Hi everyone. Thanks for inviting me to join today. So Victoria Uni is working on a larger project, and Outdoor Vic is actually one of the partner groups as well. So it's called the Outdoor Education Innovation Hub. It's got Victorian government funded, and there's sort of three aspects to it. So it's sort of three elements. So we've got the curriculum element, there's sort of a careers element, and then there's the research element. So we're involved in the research part. So our main objectives are to commission and undertake research to determine the needs, preferences and priorities of prospective and aspiring employees, and to commission and undertake research to investigate the ongoing professional development requirements of future talent to meet the medium and longer term needs of the evolving outdoor business environment. And then we'll do the evaluation of the program and share all that in September 2023. So at this stage, what we are doing is running surveys. So we've started putting those surveys out. So we've got the potential employees that we'll try and reach at careers events. We've got current employees to see what their needs are for the future, and employer groups as well. We're hoping to get some employer groups to let us know in the surveys what's going on in their businesses as well. So that's what we're doing at the moment. And then we will undertake some interviews with people as well, and some focus groups to get a sort of a snapshot of what's going on in the industry and how things can be improved. So that I noticed that you highlighted the workforce shortage issues. So this program is going to have outdoor innovation. It's going to train 200 people as well throughout the program as well, but that'll be one of the other partners doing that project. So I'm guessing mostly here we've got employer groups, or yeah. So perhaps
if anybody would like to unmute themselves and just say where you're from, so that Becky has an idea of, you know, where you're from. Maybe we'll go Bridie first.
I'm Bridie. I run a small rock climbing instruction business, so we're a small business employer.
Okay, so we're reaching people, to reach people like you as an employer would be great. And then if we can also ask you, if you can ask your employees to fill out the employee survey as well. So then we can get a good idea of what's happening in the industry. So I guess the best way that people can look at the website that's just gone up last week as well, which is the Outdoor Education Innovation Hub. It's oeih.org.au. Do you want me to just share the screen? Oh, it probably doesn't matter. And so you can look in there and see what the program, that's correct, what the program is running, and then we'll be doing the research and the evaluation component to that as well. So any all of your information that you give us through Victoria Uni, it's all confidential. So I'll let you know that as well.
Becky, I was just going to say, do you have the survey link that you could put in the chat?
Yes, so there's actually 3 surveys. So I've got a flyer, that might be the better one, and it's got the 3 links on it. Let's see what I've got. Sorry, my computer's running a bit slow now. I'm not sure what's going on.
It's always the way. Whenever you put on the spot, everything runs slow.
I think it's to do with the VPN.
Yeah, so most of the people on the in the meeting today are employers or or other sort of. I'm not sure about where you're from, Alexandra. Wait, I'll just send you an.
Hi. Hi everyone. I'm Alex. I represent Innermate Parks and Resorts. So we have an activities manager that runs the Better program at selected parks. So that survey will go out to the team there, and we'll be happy to help.
Fantastic. Great, thanks.
Pleasure.
Okay, I can get in there now. So there's a PDF there, that's for the employers. And then I've got another one that you might, if you would like to, you can email out to your employees. So, and we're sort of started putting this out on social media. I think, is that how you found us, Helen? Through social media, or?
Laurie found you, and I'm not sure how.
Yeah, because we were like, how did Laurie find us? Yeah, it was probably through Facebook. I went through, yeah. We're actually getting pretty good response from current employees. So yeah, it's actually really good. So we're getting some good feedback. So
we haven't received the PDF. Are you able to send that again, please? Has anybody received it in the chat?
Ah, there they are. Sorry, I had to press another button.
That's okay.
And just in saying that, been some very, very minor updates that Laurie's been getting through the OCA education and training, as well as her and I've chatted about it. And I've been involved in the project from the Scouts perspective.
Oh, you're in the Scouts as well. Yes. Good. So it's not just employees, it's employee and volunteers survey. So if you've got all your volunteers that want to fill out the survey, that would be fantastic as well. Yes, great.
Right.
Has anyone got any questions, or? No? It's all good. It's good, straightforward.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you.
No worries, and we'll get those up on the Outdoors New South Wales website at some point as well, just so that we can kind of broadcast it through the industry.
Yeah, if you just want to cut and paste the content, or if you just want to put the links up and write your own content around it, that's fine as well.
Sounds great. Excellent. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Becky. So has anybody got anything else that they'd like to share with the group? Anything new that's come about in the last little while?
Oh, well, only shameless self-promotion. I got asked to present at the Outdoors Conference in Singapore. So I'll be there in 2 weeks' time talking about long stay residential programs. So my experience is running school programs for year 9, although I would now recommend you run a year 10 program, year 9. There's just a disconnect now with that from my experience. So looking forward to that, and that should be a lot of fun. Excellent. That's great, David. I'd love to see, I'd love to get a copy of your presentation after, when you've done it. I'm still doing the reporting on the PLC program at the moment with Tonya. Oh, excellent. Excellent. So no, happy to share that, and and let you know how it all goes. Fantastic. Thanks. Well, if there's nothing else, we might give everybody an early mark, and have a lovely weekend. And thanks for coming today. And thanks, Becky, for sharing that survey information with us. And hopefully we can all pass it out amongst, our employees and volunteers and everybody else to have a say on the future of the outdoor industry.
That's
but
right.
yeah, if there's nothing else, have a lovely weekend, and I will be seeing you next Friday, because Laurie's will be on a cruise ship somewhere, celebrating a big birthday. So send her some birthday wishes as well. Thanks, everyone. Have a great
Thank you.
weekend.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.